Everyone wants to live a happy life, but unfortunately, very many miss out on this very important nugget that guarantees a happy and fulfilled life. In this video, I'm going to show you what you can do to have a happier and more fulfilled life. Coming up. Hello, my name is Brian Mpora, a man that wears many hats. I am the husband to a wonderful lady, Juliet Mpora. I am a father to two wonderful children, Shama and Sherry. I serve as a pastor at Eden Revival Church in Kampala, Uganda. I am a teacher in the New Life Advanced Bible College. I'm the principal of the Wealth Creation class and a businessman. How am I able to do all this? That's why I'm here as your life coach to help you thrive in 5 fundamental facets of your life: faith, purpose, health, marriage, and money. My mission is to help you navigate these life aspects, thus helping you achieve a more fulfilled and happier life. Do you know the difference between a hunter and a farmer? A hunter is a taker, while a farmer is a giver. A world of difference. When a hunter goes to the forest, all he goes to do is to look for game and take something out of the forest. But a farmer, though he takes something from his produce, he's always looking at the future and looking for something to sow. He's always releasing a seed to the ground to make sure that there is seed, there is a harvest in the future. Which kind of person are you? Are you a taker or a giver? I've realized one thing in life, that if you want to have a happier life, if you want to have a more fulfilled life, be a giver. Be a farmer more than a hunter. Live a life of giving. Live a life of giving of yourself. Why is this a very important concept? It's important because the more you give, the more fulfilled you become. The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 11, verse 25, that a generous man will prosper, and he who refreshes others will himself be refreshed. In other words, when you give to others, you refresh them, but you also receive refreshment. That can mean, it can mean 2 things. It can mean that when you give, people will also give back to you. Maybe in the future, you'll get people giving back to you. But it can also mean that when you give, people are blessed, they are refreshed. And you also who is giving, you feel refreshed. That's what Jesus said. He said it's more blessed to give than to receive. Have you ever given somebody something, or you've helped somebody with something? The other day, I helped my pastor, Bishop Dr. Harry Morris Bukenya. He had something he wanted on the computer, and I was wondering whether I'll be able to do it. But then I figured it out, and I did it using my computer skills. Now, he was happy, but I was happier because I had helped somebody to do something. I had helped somebody to solve a problem. That feeling that you get is what Jesus called a blessing. It's more blessed. It's a happier kind of life to live. So, living a life of giving makes you more fulfilled. Not only are you fulfilled, it is important for us to live a life of giving, because even Jesus, our example in life, that's the kind of life he lived. The Apostle Peter summarizes the life of Jesus Christ in Acts chapter 10, verse 38, and he says, Jesus went about doing good. He was anointed of God, and he used his gifts of healing and miracles and went healing and delivering those who were oppressed of the devil. That is how he lived. He used his gifts to go about doing good, giving out, helping people. Not only did Jesus Christ die on the cross, the ultimate gift that he offered us, but even as he lived in this life, he lived a life of giving. What gifts has God given you? What are those things those abilities that you have? What are those? Are you using them to help people? Are you using them to bless people? Are you a giver in life, or you are a taker? It's important that you live a life of giving, because that is the model that Jesus Christ modeled for us. Be more of, you see toothpaste? When the toothpaste remains in the container, it is useless. It is only when it comes out that we benefit from it. That's the same thing about your gifts. When they remain with you, they are useless. They don't help us. But when they come out, that is when we are able to benefit from them. So live a life that pours out the gifts and helps others. You will live a more fulfilled life. You will live a happier life. Now you may ask, if I'm all the time giving, aren't I going to lose? When am I going to receive? I'll ask you the same question in a different way. When the farmer is sowing, is he losing? Yes, maybe temporarily he's losing, but in the long run, he's gaining. And that brings me to my next point, that when you give in life, you actually end up getting more in life. Because the law of reaping says, you reap later than you sow, yes, but you reap much more than you sow. So when you have a lifestyle of giving, you can be sure that those seeds that you have thrown out there are going to germinate and you're going to reap of them. It is Mike Murdock who says, the seeds that leave our hands never leave our lives. They simply go into our future where they multiply. In other words, we're going to find them in our future when they have multiplied. If you're a kind of person who is always giving, then those seeds are out there waiting for you. When you get to your future, you'll find a harvest that is waiting for you. You'll find people who are ready to help you. I've seen this in business. In business, I've learned a principle that instead of looking for people to sell things to, be on the lookout for people to help. The more you help people, the more they feel obliged, they feel obligated to help you in return. It's the law of sowing and reaping. It's the kind of lifestyle that does not seek just to take from society, just to take from the world, but it is a lifestyle of always giving, always giving. Perhaps you may be asking yourself, is this giving about money? Well, money is a big part of our lives, and I'm prepared to talk about it. But the giving that I'm referring to is where you give of your gifts, where you help people, where you serve people. Okay? So how can we do that? How can we give our gifts? How can we serve people with our gifts? One is pray for people. First, pray for people. It's something that I'm learning, that before you even begin to help people, the first way you can help them is by praying for them. Because God knows them better than yourself. It's a principle that I've found to be very helpful, that I don't know how to take care of people's needs. I don't know how to serve them best. But if I pray for them, God will give me insight and I'll be able to know how to help them. So pray for somebody. If somebody needs help, is looking to you for help, maybe the easiest thing to do is to put them off, but take it to the Lord in prayer. That's number one. Then look for a meaningful way to use your gift to help people. To use your gifts to help people. You have gifts, you have wonderful abilities, but come up with meaningful ways that are going to be able to help people, such that you are serving them with your gift, you are helping them. I'll give you an example of this. What I'm doing here is using my gifts, my teaching gifts, my abilities to train, my abilities to coach, to help people. I realize that perhaps in church where I pastor, I have a limited congregation, and yet there are people out there that are in need of this wonderful gift that God has given me. So I'm not going to keep it in a shelf. I have come out and I want to give, and make sure that people are blessed. That's why I want you to like, share, subscribe, because it's important that this goes out to help people. So use your gift, apply your gift in a certain way, a meaningful way. You'll find that your life is more fulfilled. So if you have to live a life of giving, number one, pray for people. Number two, use your gift. Find a meaningful way to use your gifts to help people. And thirdly, help people both corporately and individually. What do I mean? When you look at the life of Jesus Christ, he was out there preaching and teaching to masses, but he also reached out to individuals. Some examples I can think about are Professor Nicodemus. He reached out to him in the night. He ministered to him in the night. He explained to him about salvation and being born again. The Samaritan woman, that one was met individually. A man who was born blind, individually. He ministered to people corporately and individually. Maybe you are at your workplace and there is something that you can do for people. There's a way that you can give at your workplace. There's something that you can help in their systems. You are using your gifts to help people corporately, but also use your gifts to help people at an individual level. Maybe somebody needs counseling. You help them at an individual level. I have programmed my life to ensure that every day I'm reaching out to somebody just to help them, just to add value to them. Last night, I got about 2 people who were inboxing me, and I decided to pray for them. And in the morning, I had some answers for them, and I've reached out to them this morning just to help them, to counsel them at an individual level. I'm coming to you in the masses, but I also use my gifts to serve people at an individual level. I tell you, if you do this, if you are a giver more than a taker in life, you're going to live a more happier life, a more fulfilled life. So give. Be a farmer and not a hunter. Be a giver and not a taker. If this video has been a blessing to you, please consider sharing, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Whenever you comment, it helps us to know what kind of content to bring you next time. Whenever you subscribe, it ensures that you never miss a video anytime it comes up. So see you in the next video.